Good day, class. Today we will be discussing developing writing skills for effective workplace performance. At the end of this module class, you will be able to write the correct spelling in the business correspondence, apply punctuation and capitalization rules, and learn to write effective internal and external business documents, email, and reports. So working in the business sector class requires an excellent command of communication skills at kasama na dyan ang pagsusulat kagaya ng mga emails, memorandum, written agreements, and mga monthly reports. These are some of the daily activities sa negosyo. Kahit saang business or profession, especially sa hospitality industry. Ang good writing skills kasi, it indicates your professionalism and credibility. Okay? And of course, a reflection of the positive reputation ng kumpanya natin. So, ang main purpose nito is to convey information ng maayos at of course, effectively to ensure business communication. So, in addition, may mga tamang format sa pagsusulat din. Okay? Sa business communication, may mga format yan na dapat nating sundin to ensure professionalism and credibility. Okay? So, the first and most basic detail to pay attention, of course, is yung correct grammar and, of course, yung spelling. Okay? Let us begin with the basic. Napakahalaga nito. Yung mga basic kasi minsan or madalas nakakalimutan nito. So we have spelling matters, the I and E rule. Okay, so for IE, we have the words peace, believe, and field. Then IE after the letter C. Okay, we have the words receive, sealing, and deceive. So IE, if the word sounds like A, like beach, way, and foreign, then there are some exceptions like the word seas, height, and leisure. Okay? So these are the I and E rules. So kailangan kahit sa mga simpleng word na yan ay it shows professionalism, no, kapag tama, no, sa spelling pa lang. It shows your professionalism and credibility and ensures good communication to your client kapag tayo ay nagsusulat sa kanila. Okay? So, spelling matters. Next, we also have adding suffixes. So, mahalaga din ito, lalo na kapag tayo nagsusulat. No? Dapat alam natin yung mga simpleng rules. We have ed for past tense, er, est, es, age, and ly. Then replace y with I. Then add the suffix. Okay? Like for example, the word cry, then cried. Okay? Then busy, then BCS. Family, families. Marry, marriage. Day, daily. And dry, dryer. That's the rules, okay? In adding suffixes. What about for ly, ment, ful? So just retain the root word, then add the suffix. For example, sincere plus ly equals sincerely. Then beautiful plus ly equals beautifully. Judge plus ment equals judgment. Cheerful cheer plus full equals cheerful. Then we also have exemptions here like the word true, Then you add ly equals truly, or the word whole plus ly equals wholly. So it's the correct spelling. No? Then correct adding of suffixes class. Then we also have ness and less. Okay, so the rule here, retain the root word, add the suffix, or it only applies to any word that does not end with y. Kagaya ng kind plus ness equals kindness, n plus less equals endless, dark plus ness equals darkness. Okay, that's for ness and less. Okay, next suffixes we have ed, ing, ous, ably, al, and y. So drop the e at the end of the word plus add the suffix like hope, then hoping, so ing, then shine, nadagdagan siya ng y, so naging shiny, then nature, so natural, okay, then fame, then famous. The next suffixes we have ing, ed, er, est, al, and y. Double the final consonants when the word is one syllable. Sorry. Then swim equals swimming. Okay. We added ing, then hot becomes hotter. We added er, then rub. We added rubber. Then flap equals flappy. We added y. Okay. So these are all adding suffixes. Okay. So mahalaga ito in creating written communications class. Okay, let's have passive to active voice. So again, notice that in writing an active voice sentence, nauuna yung subject bago yung verb. Okay, so let's have passive voice first. The cookie was eaten by the dog. So ang subject dito is dog, then the verb is eaten. Okay, kung isusulat natin siya into active voice, it sounds like this: the dog ate the cookie. So what's the subject? Dog. So it appears first before the verb. What's the verb? Ate. Okay? So another passive voice, the dishes were washed by the worker. So anong subject dito? The worker. Then what's the verb? Washed. Okay? So if we put it into active voice, it sounds like this: the worker washed the dishes. Again, what's the subject? Worker, and the verb wash. Okay, that's passive to active voice. Let's have written communications. So the first written communication, we have email. So halos lahat na tayo mayroon yan, ano? Kahit anong kumpanya, mayroon na yan. Kahit pang personal natin, mayroon tayo. Diba? So for email, emails are the core tool of business communication in the 21st century. So we have tips here in writing business email. So again, remember, we should avoid sharing sensitive or personal information in an email. Okay? Kasi pwedeng ma-access yan or ma-hack ng iba. Okay? So, the first tip is have an appropriate greeting kung tayo ay nagsusulat, no, ng business email. Kung meron tayong pagsesendan. Halimbawa, ibang company or CEO or matataas na officials in the company. So, the first one is we should have a appropriate greeting. Okay? Include the subject line with keywords. Okay? Ano bang subject? Ano subject ng i-email mo? Write concisely. Ibig sabihin yung direct to the point. Okay? Then keep it professional. Of course, clarify the purpose. What's your purpose? Then after your purpose, say thank you. Then end with a call to action. Proofread your work, sign up with your contact information, of course. So that's for email. Ano? So these are the tips in writing business email. Next, sa written communication, we also have monthly reports. Ito, importante din ito, ano? Lalo kapag tayo ay nasa company. Kapag tayo yung na-assign or binigyan ng task to write monthly reports. Okay, a monthly report is a document summarizing projects or activities usually submitted within 1 week pagkatapos ng or after the end of the month. Okay? Ang monthly report is submitted to your team and your management. Okay? So, tips for writing monthly reports. Of course, we should follow good formatting. Okay? Increases the readability of your report. Then provide short, brief, and concise descriptions. Hindi ito pahabaan. Okay? Then present related data. Kung kailangan maglagay ka ng mga table, mga graphs and charts to elaborate. Okay? Mas maganda. And then do not use too many technical terms or concept. Mga highfalutin, hindi naman kailangan yan sa monthly reports. Okay? Next is memos. A memorandum is a document used to communicate with other members of the organization. Memos are short message of 1 page or less. Okay, ano ba yung mga nilalaman nito? Okay, yung date, and then to, para kanino, or yung mga recipients ng memo. From, kanino galing, the name and the job title of the person. Then the subject, the title or topic of the memo. Okay, halimbawa sa mga empleyado na kailangan kausapin or may mga violation. So, kailangan ng memo dyan from the HR department. Okay? So, ito yung mga nilalaman. Date, then to, yung from, and of course the subject. Of course, for you to have an effective memo, we should always consider these tips, like consider your audience, use professional language and tone, then write a subject that is straightforward and of course malinaw. Okay? Then ano ba yung mga examples ng memo? Ito yung mga company policy or process change. Ayan, updates about sa company. Then making an announcement. Ayan, kapag gumagawa tayo ng mga announcement sa company or sa business. So, reminding employees about the task needed to complete. So, halimbawa, kailangan ma-reach yung quota, and then you have to make a memo or announcement na kailangan matapos yung task na ito, ganyan, on or before this date. Yan. Then, requesting the employees. So, ito yung mga examples ng memo. Next is the purchase order or PO. Ito isang official document issued by whom? A buyer, of course, confirming to purchase a certain product and committing to pay the seller to a certain period of time. So, ibig sabihin, ang PO enables the buyer to place and order product and does not require immediate payment. So, yun ang purpose ng PO. So, ito yung example ng PO class. Of course, dito may company name, the PO number, the address of the company, the PO date, purchase from, kanino binili, then kanino shinip, then vendor name, then company name, address, okay, payment time, shipping method, payment time, okay, the date, ano yung description ng item, kung ilan, magkano, okay, And then, sinong nag-approve? Dito sa baba, the subtotal, the PREET, sales tax, order total. Okay? This is an example of purchase order. Next, we also have meeting minutes. Okay? It is also known as protocol or note. Okay? The minutes are the written document of everything being discussed during the meeting. So, lahat-lahat yan. Lahat ng dinidiscuss sa meeting, okay, ay isinusulat yan. Okay? Uh, Basically, ang gumagawa nito is yung secretary. Ano? So, ang purpose ng meeting minutes or ang purpose ng document na ito is to provide information to the people. Lalong-lalo na yung mga not able to attend the meeting. Okay? And to keep track of what was decided during the meeting. Ano yung napagkasunduan, ano yung mga next na gagawin. Okay? And ang meeting minutes, it can be a basis to or basis for future decisions. Okay? So, again, meeting minutes, lahat-lahat, everything being discussed during the meeting. It is a written document of everything being discussed during the meeting. Okay? So, this is the format of minutes of meeting. We have the name of the company to the top left of the page. Okay? The date to the top right of the page. Again, and then the topic. Okay, and then the attendees, sino-sino yung mga umattend, name and designation. So, two columns of a table. Then, sino-sino yung mga absent, anong position nila, anong reasons, bakit wala sila. Okay, so agenda, ano yung mga agenda. Okay, at hand, ito yung mga topic to be discussed. Okay, then ano-ano yung mga issues na napag-usapan during the meeting, along with the names of the speakers. Okay. Then we also have suggestions made along with the names of the speakers, kung sino yung mga nag-suggest. Then what's the decision or the outcome of the meeting. Then the task list, task allotted, and the respective assignment. Okay. Sino-sino yung mga ma-assign sa task na ito, something like that. Okay. Then for future meetings, andun yung date and topic of the next meeting. So, ito yung pinaka simpleng format ng or professional format ng minutes of meeting. Okay? Mostly, again, ang gumagawa nito is yung mga secretary. Next, written communication, we also have employee evaluation. So, employee evaluation is also called performance evaluation. Ito ay isang planado and written work performance na review ng supervisor. Ito yung basis ng employees promotion. Okay, before i-promote ang isang empleyado, ito yung magiging basis nila. And of course, yung compensation. Then, the report discusses the employee met, exceeded, and or fallen short of the company's expectation during a previous time period. So, dito tinitignan yung performance ng isang empleyado kung na-meet ba niya or nalagpasan ba niya yung expectation ng kumpanya. Okay? Na meet niya ba yung mga dapat or nagawa niya ba yung dapat gawin or yung mga specific tasks na inassign sa kanya. Okay? So, dito lahat yon nakalagay sa kanyang evaluation. Okay? Then, we have tips on writing employee evaluation. So, una, you should start with positive praise. Huwag naman agad-agad yung negative kagad yung ilalagay mo doon. So start with positive. Then identify goals that were achieved or exceeded. I-identify mo doon yung mga goals na na-achieve niya, ano, na mga task na natapos niya. Okay? Then identify goals that were not satisfied. Ganun din, vice versa, no? Ano-ano yung mga hindi natapos. Okay? Ano-ano yung mga dapat pang gawin or i-improve sa kanya. Then identify constructive feedback. Okay? Then outline basic expectations for next year. For ano na to, siguro for motivation, no? Sa isang empleyado, for example. So that's for employee evaluation. Next, written communication, we have Memorandum of Agreement or MOA. Okay, ito isang written document pronouncing the terms and details of the partnership agreement. It is between two parties, ano, dalawang partido. Let's say dalawang kumpanya. Nagkaroon sila ng kasunduan. It is a cooperative relationship between two parties requesting to work together and providing technical assistance and training. Halimbawa, kaya yung ginagawa ng school natin, may mga MOA sila, no, with other schools. Okay, so they work together, no, providing technical assistance and training. So yan, that's for MOA. No? Ang document na ito is more formal than a verbal lang agreement, but less than a contract. Okay? So the typical format of MOA includes, of course, the authority, then the purpose of the agreement, pangalan ng mga partidong involved sa MOA, what else, then description of the scope of work, okay, then financial obligations ng both parties, if applicable, dates agreement, yung effectivity niya, then key contacts for each party involved, okay, kagaya sa school, di ba, president to president, no, mga nagkakaroon ng MOA, no? School to school, then detailed description of rules and responsibilities, payment schedule if applicable, duration of the agreement, modification of termination, signature of parties principals. Okay. Yun yung pinakahuling part, yung signatures ng both partido. Mostly yung mga CEO to CEO, President to President. Yan. So that's for Memorandum of Agreement. Next, written communication is guest correspondences. So as a guest correspondence, it is an important role in the hospitality industry. Okay. Representatives are responsible, no, to disseminate and develop communication for guests. So you must possess excellent writing skills and effective communication ability. Okay, using sensitivity and empathy. Kung halimbawa ikaw ay nasa hotel, so napakahalaga nito. So, what are the tips in writing guest welcome letter? Halimbawa, sumulat ka ng welcome letter sa iyong hotel guest. Okay, halimbawa. So, welcome letter should be short and pleasing, of course. Then you should remind the guests that you are available to them via a variety of communication tools. Okay. Then letter should be informative. Okay, yung welcome letter mo dapat informative, helpful, and of course sincere. Then you should personalize your message. So ito yung nilalaman dapat ng isang ito yung nilalaman ng isang welcome letter. Kung gusto maging kaaya-aya ito at effective sa guest, no? So that's for guest correspondences. So kung ikaw halimbawa hospitality industry, napakahalaga nito. Kung ikaw halimbawa ma-assign ka sa hotel, yeah, you must possess excellent writing skills and effective communication ability. Okay, that's for guest correspondences. Next ay cover letter. Ginagamit naman ito madalas sa sa application natin sa trabaho. Ang cover letter or letter of application is sent to a prospective company, no, sa mga ina-applyan nating kumpanya. So, kailangan gumawa tayo ng cover letter or letter of application along with our resume. Again, it is a mood to sell yourself as a perfect candidate and impress hiring managers. So, it is a mood to sell yourself, sabi na, as a perfect candidate. So, kung mayroon kang cover letter, no, mas makukumbinsi mo yung mga managers na ikaw ay i-hire sa kanilang company. Okay? Ano yung mga dapat nasa cover letter? Of course, yung introduction. Andun dapat yung objectives and your reasons for applying. Then yung body. Andun na your relevant qualifications for the position. Kung bakit kanila kukunin, halimbawa. Then for closing naman, acknowledgement of the reader. Acknowledge them, yung contact information and follow-up details, and then your signature. Tips for writing cover letter or letter of application: personalize it in every way you can. Then use business letter format. State the position and the reason you want to work for the company. Lagay mo doon kung ano yung position na gusto mong applyan. Market yourself, of course, by demonstrating skills useful for the job. Make it brief, one page, not more than 4 paragraphs. Okay? Then, basahin mo ding mabuti yung mga grammar and spelling. Okay, napakahalaga niyan sa hospitality industry. Minsan yan sila nagbabase, no? Yung professionalism and credibility mo bilang aplikante. So that's for cover letter. Next is resignation letter. So, of course, kahit pa-resign na tayo, halimbawa, no, sa company, okay, sa organization, it should be formal pa rin dapat. Okay? A resignation letter is written to officially inform your employer that you are resigning from the company. Ito din ay nagsuserve for you as an opportunity to build a good relationship at iwanan mo yung trabaho mo na may maayos kang or maganda kang reputation na iiwanan. Okay? So, normally, ang resignation letter ay binibigay yan at least 2 weeks to 1 month before ka mag-resign. Para mas mabigyan mo sila ng time na makahanap sila ng papalit sa'yo. Okay? Then, a resignation letter should include the following. Una, a statement of intent that you will be leaving your job. The name of your official staff position, the date of your last day on the job, gratitude to your employer sa pagkuha nila sa iyo, pasasalamat mo sa employer mo sa pagtitiwalang binigay nila sa iyo, pagtanggap nila sa iyo. And highlight of your time, optional lang yan, an offer to train your replacement, of course, well wishes for the future of the company, then your contact information. Mahalaga ang resignation letter, class, bago ka umalis sa trabaho. Kasi mag-iiwan ka pa rin ng magandang image or reputation sa company. Okay? And of course, para makakuha ka din ng tinatawag nating COE or Certificate of Employment. Para magamit mo din sa ibang trabaho nga applyan mo. So, what are the tips on writing your resignation letter? So, una, magpasalamat ka sa employer mo for giving you the opportunities. Okay? At sa mga knowledge and skills na na-gain mo sa company. Pasalamat ka. No? Then, mention how you enjoyed staying at the company. Okay? Then, wag kang maglalabas ng mga criticisms or complaints against your employer. No? Then, keep it simple and stick to the fact. Okay? So, that's for resignation letter. Next, we also have letter of recommendation. A letter of recommendation known as reference letter. It is intended for someone who is applying for a job, internship, leadership position, and college application. Ito ay mga ginagamit by teacher, supervisor, your colleagues, teacher, or friend to add extra merit and value to someone you know. So kung ikaw ay nag-a-apply halimbawa at mayroon kang daladalang letter of recommendation galing sa isang manager or supervisor, so it is a plus factor, more chances of winning. Then the letter of the recommendation should have the following. Una, yung overview of the applicants, yung yung strengths mo based on your observation. An example of the applicant's achievements, yung mga achievements mo. Then closing statement that summarizes the reasons why she or he is fit for the opportunity or fit for the job that you are applying for. Then your signature, your fitted name, and contact information. So advantage din, once you apply for a job at mayroon kang letter of recommendation, it is a plus factor. No? Advantage mo din dito. Para ikaw ay matanggap ka agad sa ina-applyan mong trabaho. Sa madaling sabi, backer, kumbaga. Okay. So, that's for letter of recommendation. So, what are the tips for writing letter of recommendation for employment? So, una, make sure that you know the abilities and work ethics of the person na sinusulatan mo. You are or recommend mo. Okay? Know all the details of information. Write a strong connection between the candidates, skills, experiences, and the requirements for the job. Then, provide specific samples of the candidates na recommend mo, yung kanyang skills and abilities na fit for the job. Then, of course, basahin din mabuti, i-check yung mga grammar, mga spelling. Then, yung name of the candidate and the job title. Okay. So, these are the tips for writing a letter of recommendation for employment. Next, written communication is letter of complaint. Okay, a complaint letter is written para i-address anumang offense, anumang sentimento, anumang tungkol sa produkto, kung may mga defect, or mga unsatisfactory services, hindi ka na-satisfy sa service sa'yo, and any injustice situation in the society. Halimbawa, may mga hindi patas na pagtrato sa mga customers, sa mga employees, for example. Okay. So, yan ang purpose ng complaint. Ang letter of complaint The purpose of it is to express your sentiment. Okay? Para masabi mo yung sentimento mo out of your bad experience and seek a productive outcome. Okay? So we have types of complaint letters. A personal complaint letter is written by a customer, of course, to get a refund, replace a product kung may mga defect, or express grievance about poor services. O, halimbawa, yun. Hindi siya na-satisfy dahil halimbawa mabagal yung serbisyo na naibigay sa kanya. Okay? Then, a professional complaint letter is written on behalf of an organization. Okay? And mostly related to professional items and services. Next is, or the last but not the least, is letter of appreciation. So it is also known as thank you letter. Okay, ito ay sinusulat para i-acknowledge mo yung efforts of a person or organization for the good deed or for a job well done. Halimbawa. So, writing this kind of letter demonstrates yung tinatawag nating courtesy and etiquette that creates a positive impression from the other party. So what are the tips on writing letter of appreciation? So, una, try to send the appreciation letter or email as soon as possible. Send them a thank you letter by the next day if you have their contact information. Then, explain mo doon what you are showing appreciation for. Ano, bakit ka nagpapasalamat? No? Then, keep the letter short and focus. Then, express your gratitude sincerely. Then, of course, you check yung letter na isi-send mo. Okay? Yung mga spelling, yung grammar, okay? Again, in everything we do, okay, we should be professional. In verbal, in written communication, okay? Lahat-lahat ng yan. We should be professional. Kasi our it reflects us, of course, and of course the reputation of the company that we are working for. Okay, so that's for letter of appreciation. That ends our discussion, class. Thank you for listening to our recorded discussion. So we are done with our prelim module. So thank you so much, class. God bless.